Judge, Steve would ask for at least 45 days because he is a Spanish speaker and we.
And I told her
That takes even longer.
right. I told her I know.
That takes like 75 days, I think, right? A minimum.
45 days, I believe, is the cutoff for translations that need to be provided to defense counsel.
Have you been able to look at everything?
I have.
I'm sure. Is everything in English or Spanish?
So I think it's in Spanish. Some of his yes. When he's doing his sort of because he's only really a Spanish speaker.
Right.
Okay.
Whatever day you want. I'm good.
Okay.
Whatever you guys want. Doesn't matter to me. So you guys pick
After
it.
45 days, you're fine.
Right.
Just pick a Tuesday, please. And then
That'll work.
whatever.
Thank you. And Judge, would we just for logistics, like would we do it like in the morning normally, or do you do it like after docket?
No, so we do voir dire on a Tuesday
Oh,
and
okay.
then we start testimony on Wednesday.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
everything happens in the morning. So we do voir dire as soon as we get the panel, which is usually around 9:30,
Okay.
9:45. We just go until we pick it and then we'll start testimony on the following day.
That'll work. Thank you so much.
Okay. So put the request in now, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
Or at least 40 months. I was using or yeah, okay, so or what else? So, yes. So I understand. Yes.
It's going to be taken. Are you ready for the plea or not?
I'm ready. And we're moving ready to that's my plan.
Okay, I'll get started.
Since they filed it.
Yes, so they.
Now we're heading somewhere else. No, it's longer. I'm really why, sorry, I just. So, any future questions?
I'm still really trying to say wants to move to.
Yes.
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 Sorry.
No, you're good, thank you.
I have no question. What are we talking about? Five, six, five, one.
What's the name?
I don't know. Especially for maybe it's just for me. Just want to, summer.
No, they're doing shows trying. No, they're not trying to either of those. They're doing BWI, turn 2020, or which I think that's not even 3 days for that one.
Oh, well, that's great, yeah.
Now they're trying.
I'm feeling the attention, I'm seeing it was not really something.
Which I was subpoenaed for at one time. No, I didn't know. But I was reporting that it was strictly. And so I was looking at doing work really school. Really a lot, and we decided not to. If they wanted to actually come by the team. That was yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, so,
yeah.
well, yeah, but I'm looking on public AI. So when I'm looking for, but I still hasn't been released on the other sheet for us, but the legal sentence texture. So I'm just wondering.
So it's showing that it's disposed of. That's a history. Close word. Sounds incredible. They're really nice. Okay. I called it the other eyes on the land. And they also just.
Yes.
Right, somebody called me yesterday for. About it.
So the last thing is Walker, so they're not.
I forget her title, you know, I think it's something that would keep on.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay, she's got me. Okay. So I told her. But when she looked at the sense, the word. So to take it away is what I see. Okay, so the statement about so judge wants, the amended condition should just say, all conditions. But they never follow conditions, so judge wants to walk by it, everyone will need to pass. I think it should also. I have to request this. It depends, like, so. Requesting. So she was supposed to be released on. I haven't heard that. Maybe actually.
Say, they did updraft, 4, 5, and 4.
Yeah.
Yes. Your story is I had a problem with this one. It's October in my license, so there is no, it shows that the all the trouble says, so he ran the registrations. Question.
No.
So, you'll find it, but then the lights are on. She got involved, she had a police, now she knows the password, but I think she. So she continued back to I don't think she can.
And so the training are,
So,
yes, no, you, okay. Yeah. It's like, you know, 27 points. Trust me, what way?
No, just so much, I will more.
That's like.
Oh, I got to know.
I'm good for the is for Really now, hey, I don't think specifically. I cannot tolerate this. Yeah. Which one is? Why is there so much? Oh, I really can't specify. I just had to do a fully valid work, so I haven't finished it yet. Because I thought, I think we just charged. I'll just get on to what I got here. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she goes on. She just was like, I didn't do the thing wrong. She was about everything. Why am I doing it wrong?
She was living
But she passed. Well, I'll be back in school.
Yeah.
She continued. She was like,
Okay.
it's unnecessary. She was.
Yeah.
Didn't have any.
And then also last news there was that she had an marijuana farm. So that, what is the worst about it? That's the yeah. Okay.
They have a lot of so.
Wait,
So much fun.
you guys are?
No.
Right.
That's not good.
Right.
Use the background.
Yeah. And I think you're coming down with this, like, probably not the best. With the community driving, I don't think it's probably much of something, but I think you kind of made it. Yeah. So I mean, maybe we should hopefully just like my expensive these things and then, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know. No, he's weird. That's the
Somebody said. Well, I was wondering about, this case where there's a client, the woman got into a fight with their kids on the screen.
Oh, and yeah.
But I think they even but the calls that comes on, said, I've got to check. But when we get here, he read it fine. He said, don't send you fucking office. I'm not telling you, I'm going to check it. I'll get there. I'll get out. Read it fine. Everybody, takes or something. It's like they can't. And, just like,
It's just bad.
that's sort of unfolded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me just. I'll get this out. Shadow. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just waiting on the next thing.
This is what we did. Here is worse, so.
Thank you.
It's so quick.
So. And I have somebody said,
Yeah. You always say that about defense attorneys.
They should never still.
Back in the day, right?
Yep, I got you all these songs.
Wait, good morning. I'm good, how are you? Right, is everything good?
Okay.
I have,
Hey, Vic. Hey, I'm in back doing some work. So if someone needs me, will you just kind of let me know?
Yeah.
I'm in back doing some work.
Oh.
I don't know if we can. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna reset you. So if we were trying to get in touch with.
That's what, so they're like.
Answered alcohol, was
Right.
that's great. Let's see.
So the backstory, complainant, this is.
You can do, let's take it. Maybe. 1817.
And he's back like here.
Wait, okay.
Get it? And
Oh,
then.
8 months.
Door.
Going 817.
Just want me to do like.
Is this long?
I don't think so. I'm not sure though.
That's probably better to school.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I've worked out.
Hello, this is the 543rd. I'm calling this.
Yeah, it was from grandmother's raising.
So I kind of speak on this kind of pretty much in two.
Did this there?
So we were making a motion to.
Sharing it out.
The attorney that's actually attached to the case is shown.
Yeah.
That's that you address yourself.
Yeah.
And. I don't know the.
We'll have to have.
It needs to. Spoken, you got permission to.
Sure.
And then go there.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you. Alright. Let's give it one more shot. Let me see it. Did you send Martin to be tested? No, I have not. What's last name? He said the drug test today on page 13. Oh, I don't have the documents. Oh, Martin, I have the case number if you want. Martin, okay. And there's one thing. Yes, sorry. I use on my computer right now, so I'm like distracted. Oh, okay. Can I get back to you in just a second? Okay, sorry. Oh, yeah. I think the reason I is for so maybe I can have some severe on how long we'll do. Yes.
Hi, good morning. I just got the email from Montgomery. The state's checking to see about restitution of the complainant.
Okay.
So you're just kind of hanging out.
Okay. Got, I got eyes on.
All right, thanks. How are you? Good.
I'll try to get you.
Yeah.
Somebody on that road.
Oh, nice.
That's why I'm not sure
All right.
what we're doing. It's Yeah, if you want, yeah. I think that's kind of our best job. I assigned it to our best.
Oh, okay, was that or?
That's my question. I have honestly, I'm not sure. It looks like. What I think happens is opening the officers.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because we never made contact with them.
Seaburg is over is with the climate for slow discovery.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's, okay. Mhm.
Specifying different what apply, I want that to class, but it's still showing the class B. And like, something like that. Does this impact on?
Right.
I was wondering up to the house tree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So.
So we just ask the investigator to let.
Yeah, because it's not even charged as
Yeah.
that's not even the correct NCIC though.
Yeah. It's a should have some point now.
So,
But is that what's always sticking with that?
yeah, we're sticking with the class B for sure. If I just cross this out and do like MW, will that be like fine, or do I have to file a lead?
No.
That's
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Because we're just abandoning the taxes on this language.
And let's say. Where's the band? Technically, I'm not sure what it says. I'm gonna, and I'm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the plea.
Yeah.
So if you put that as for what, NCIC code is not the
It's fine. I say so. Yeah.
Whatever. No. Yes.
It was. The dogs.
Strangers, I think.
Kill is not descriptive.
I probably did serious about it. Did you listen to my other one in
I just don't.
It's not.
Just call
I ask her. Actually, I'm Brad. You're looking really busy, huh?
Must be, because I also know Billy. I can Billy. He doesn't have conditions with. And she said she's one of the. But I influence us to have the trade relations.
I mean.
Sometimes I need to work.
So.
I can understand.
Yeah, I'm just. So. Just.
I'll do that. I'm also getting involved.
Yeah. Go work.
First time. I think the first is the club. So you get to happy birthday. But no problem. It's good. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna they've been on a remote really good then.
They've kind of changed the. Two by three, seven. Yes. And then it's just that.
No, I've also actually
No, I'm just saying. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna be a few months, right? But
The little guy, he's sending me a bunch of mitigation for you to consider on this case, which is go to. It's legal for the process, let me know, so I can, sorry, please go to counsel for Lisa.
yes, ma'am.
Good courts, yes.
That was already this one.
That's okay.
Martin? Unless you.
Okay.
I got all the sign of one form earlier. I'll call judge out and show me where you.
Yeah, on the phone.
So it's.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah, they're gonna, yeah. Cool, thanks.
Do I bring them out?
Yes, I'll get them to come up. Ray, you still have to sign his bond condition. So I'll give this to the clerk. But I don't even see what's in this file yet, so I don't think it's.
Has Machado been with it?
He's
Come on, y'all, get it started.
Yeah. He was still here, he broke it, and he broke on his back. Take care. And we still need it. Great. So just like. No. Probation.
No, I was. I can.
Oh, no, he's ready. They're already. Okay, good.
Yeah. You know, I have to get him. Yeah. Yeah. First kind of thing.
Hey, Aaron, sorry to keep you waiting. I was working it back. Okay,
I'm approaching, Judge, can you check your waiting room too? I'm approaching on Mr. Messina, Your Honor.
okay.
This one, Your Honor, I'm just trying to get a future date. We had him set for an en banc mental health evaluation, but this was my fault. I got the date, but I didn't realize he didn't get text messages. I took a screenshot of the date and sent it to him.
Do you have a new date already or no?
I emailed Helena, I don't have one yet. And he also has a felony pending on March 13th. I don't know if we could just bring him back on that date and kind of leave that as a place date, see if I get a date.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It's getting old though. It's 200 days. So just make sure that like, hopefully he can show up for the next one. Yeah, I trust you.
Showing up each time, so he has like transportation.
I trust you, Aaron. Yeah.
Page 15.
Do you want to do the day after or do you want to do the same day since he's already?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, whatever you want. Antonio, Antonio, hey, do you have a plea?
I do, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, yeah. Good morning, Mr. Richardson.
Good morning. How are you this morning, Judge?
What's going on with you?
I have a client who had a calendaring issue yesterday, her and I, and we failed to appear. I was going to ask the court if we could reinstate the bond and appear in the morning.
What's the cost number?
The cause number is, oh, I've got it right here. 25482340.
13.
On white?
Yes,
Are you representing her now?
I am. I know I need to get my letter rep in, and I'll do that as soon as I get off the phone, but it was kind of a mix up and I wanted to get on here pretty quick.
Okay, and what is your, do you have a spin number?
66867680.
So 6686-7680.
Correct. One of the old ones where you put a 5 in front of
Miss White. And I'll give you the cost number. You ready?
Yeah.
Which one do you want, the spin first?
Spin first.
Okay, it's 6686-7680. And the cost number is 254-8234.
And he's hired?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Waive the parents, the parents to move out.
Angela White, come up.
She's not present, Judge. I was asking if we could appear in the morning.
Oh, well, I'm not going to reinstate it until she's here, right? She needs
Okay.
bond conditions, right?
I think she's got bond conditions. I think she already had those.
A bond violation report, Judge.
Oh, yeah, she has a bond violation.
Oh, does she? That I'm
Yeah.
not aware of.
What about?
Yeah, I'm not reinstating it until she gets here. Sorry.
All right.
She's got what's the violation?
The violation is for a hybrid.
She's continuing to consume alcohol, Mr. Richardson.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay, well,
So
I'll,
the warrant will remain in effect until she gets here or she gets, picked up. But
well, I'll make sure she gets there. We don't want to do it the picked up way. And then I'll approach again by Zoom then, Judge. Probably early in the morning. Thank
do
you,
you still
Honor.
want me, do you still want me to attach you or no?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Got you. We'll attach you then.
Thank you, Judge. We'll see you in the morning.
Take care, friend.
All right, bye.
Ramona, I'm gonna chat you right now.
Okay, Judge. Judge, I responded.
Okay, I wanted to make sure because it didn't know.
Conteste con respeto al juez. Te va a hacer unas cuantas preguntas. Sí, señor o no, señor, se contesta, ¿ok? ¿Me entendió?
Good morning, Mr. Machado.
Buenos días, señor.
Benitez. Sir, you were charged with driving while intoxicated.
Quedó acusado de manejar ebrio.
You were facing up to 6 months in jail
Una cárcel posible
and or a $2,000 fine.
de $2,000 por los dos.
This is a first, correct?
Es la primera, sí, dice todo.
Any particular reason for 162?
Well, he's been in jail, there's, that's how many,
Days he's just been in.
Esos días que ha estado ya preso, dice.
You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 162 days in jail,
No,
credit for the 54 days that you have done.
días en la cárcel, pero con crédito por ¿Cuánto?
54.
54 días.
Es tiempo servido.
You need to understand
Tienes que entender, caballero.
this DWI will go on your record.
Esto, manejar ebrio, lo vas a tener en tu antecedente penal. Sí.
It will be on your record for the rest of your life.
Antecedente penal en la lista por el resto de tu vida.
If you ever get pulled over in a car
Te para
and you smell like
y
alcohol,
huelen alcohol.
an officer will see a prior DWI.
El oficial va a ver que tienes un
If they smell
antecedente.
alcohol on you, it's probably not going to go well for you.
Probablemente no te
I
va a
would
ir
never get in a car
nunca
if you ever
con un
consume
coche.
any
Si
alcohol.
es con-
Do you understand?
El juez no.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement.
A muchos
You give up the right to a trial,
de acuerdo.
right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen,
Todos los acusadores, si no eres ciudadano de los
there
Estados
are
Unidos,
possible immigration consequences.
consecuencias del
You can be deported, excluded from the country,
país,
denied naturalization under federal law.
leyes federales.
You give up the right to appeal.
Rechazando el derecho a apelar este caso también.
You can never change this after today.
Y nunca, eso no se va a olvidar después de hoy.
Do you still want to do this?
¿Todavía quieres ir adelante con tu declaración? Al juez, no a mí. Conteste.
Y yo quiero así firmar.
How do you plead
Just wanna sign.
guilty or not guilty?
¿Cómo te declaras a este delito? ¿Culpable o no
Culpable.
Guilty.
I'll find you guilty. I am going to suspend your license for 90 days.
La licencia por
Provincial
90 días.
license. Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Ok. Ya.
Pase con el aguacil, caballero.
Ms. Garcia,
Judge.
hi.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, who do you have?
I have a new case.
Judge, she has on page 38.
Ruby.
We just pled. Wait a second. Hey, Antonio. He just pled on this case on Machado?
And I saw someone there, but I didn't know his name.
No. Are you representing a Machado Benitez?
That's right, Judge. Is he the one who just did a plea in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Who's that?
This is Miss Naomi Garcia.
Mhm.
Did you get hired on the case?
Yes, he hired me and we did a motion to represent him, but I just got on it and I talked to him already too.
But nobody ever approached him.
Yeah.
So the motion was filed in January, but if no one approaches on it, we don't know. So no one told us to put it in the queue, so I guess it just sat there. And we had
okay.
appointed him, Antonio, and the guys, it's now at 162 days, so he just wanted to, I guess, get it over with.
Oh, okay. Well, he pled. He claimed he was the passenger in the vehicle, but if he pled guilty, that was his choice.
I mean, if you want to undo it, I can. It's up to you, but that means you'd have to sign on.
Judge, that's okay. I think if he pled and I already spoke to him, he knew that we were coming to court. And if he made that choice, then it would,
Okay.
he probably doesn't want to sit there any longer.
I mean,
That's the reason why.
theoretically, I have jurisdiction for the next 30 days. If, something, just come back and let us know,
Yes, I will do that. I'd rather not undo it until I talk to him. And then that way I'll know because I don't want him sitting there longer if he doesn't want to undo it.
Judge, although we did discuss, he did claim that he wasn't driving. I explained to him that there's two wheel witnesses that put him behind the wheel.
Oh,
And so.
okay. I'll let you guys do it. Okay, so
That
just
would-
keep
that
me in the
would
loop
make
if anything needs to be changed, okay?
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes, ma'am.
Benitez.
Okay, thanks,
Okay,
Antonio.
bye.
All right.
Okay, take care.
Yeah, so now what about? You all there? He's back there. Yes, from yesterday, I emailed him. This one came up, he was rearrested, it was an open warrant for a while. He barred for this. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is 484, he's open after first, there's an ice hole and a felony or it gets more.
For felon?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name, brother?
I'm Laura.
Deferred. Okay, so let me look back on.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I put it on for March 31st. Ricardo,
Yes.
can I talk to you?
You can come.
What are you doing with splits?
Let's see the gentleman. Okay. So it's concerned, it's weird. What's that? I know. So, there's nothing. It is, yes.
Sure, explain.
I'm trying to figure out your case for it. Sorry.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, well, I mean.
Oh, did you? Carlos Rodriguez? Okay. We can keep things
So with this one, so when we found out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having a very re-educated. I just had to go that way.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, I'm waiting on her.
But.
I would just go to Farrell. Yeah. That's not what he's asking. He has a but that's what I said. He was in federal custody. They sent him over here. He was deported, he came back, and then they called him coming back in, and then they US Marshals picked him up, charged him with federal illegal reentry. And now they brought him here on under the Harris County warrant. He wants to.
Oh, I can't do it then. There's a. Day, yeah, that's what people are inside. There's a 90-day offer. Do that today. And I did. Is it? How many emails back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Chief.
Just go here.
Whatever you want to research.
Or case taken on.
95. 95 days? 95.
Probably the answer.
So I think talking about the probably.
Okay.
I'll be back. There's no check. We will very slow. I just want to do that though.
Quick.
And you know, the team.
And where's Mike around? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying, but I think I get more emails from you than I get.
Steve was saying, no, you're good over here, you're needed over here. That's what that's.
No, that's not
It's when I started pushing on it all.
It's because
This is what's saying. Mayor. John Mayor.
she said,
What is it?
she said, is this going to get something? She said, I don't know. It's just that I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, that's fine. I would have followed these guys.
Absolutely.
Who knows on this one?
I can help you get that. No. I got Chavez. Spencer Chavez. Cases are hard to go. You'll have not been right on this.
What did you feel depends on? For now, if you want some bird feed, you have to look that up. Yes, okay. I mean, I guess it could be this. I guess you're at the weekend.
I'm there now.
No, it's not.
They're all filled out. In case.
Talk to me in August.
Right, what do you think? You're kind of cultured, right? Like, you're kind of, and now she's like.
We no longer has a good one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, she said, she was thinking about trying. Are they already done in court 13?
They're starting tomorrow right now.
For sure. I have to know about it.
Okay, 2 weeks, things. All right, no problem, thank you. Okay, I think on reset.
No, we're not errors. English shit, this is really yeah.
I appreciate those. Hey, pause man. That's the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it is like, this is one of us. Yeah. I was making videos, so the Zelda. I mean, and then go down and come to the controller.
Sorry.
No, chief is going to just, he needs just 2 weeks.
Okay, cool. I assume you just have. Like his statements to be working on.
Talk to
Honestly. Yeah. How's March 10 or 7?
Thank you. Yeah.
March 10th, I'll be out of state.
March 17th?
17th.
Thank you for letting me know. Is it next week?
Oh, I do have your
This is my first.
It's a terroristic run, I don't know.
You did
I mean, and, yeah. So there is a VDR, I guess, to say the laws. My all to state is coaches. Yes.
Across the street.
No, it's not. This is just.
It's a draw.
Yeah. It's but it's or March, that's sorry. She said that she's gonna set up her. Well, we can say it's perfect. But it's not really sure. I don't know that they're short. Yesterday. Oh, yeah, that's. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it's not on the big side. Do you realize now?
Yes, sir.
I did file a motion to land on this case, or just, you know, because of the high VAC. Yes.
Yeah, but the videos, I look at the videos and, you know, it's only a word. And,
It was wrong, don't be more, you can say thank you.
You know you're wrong, right? You should say this. And then I had to go Haywood, Christine Haywood. That's so serious.
yeah, that is. So, that was crazy. And he realized that he was going south. Going south, Peter, right before this.
I did file. I did file, appreciate it, because they started,
He said it's like most people.
do I need to file the appointment form?
No, I'll do it.
Like 2:20. Just think it's the story, but I'll look at that.
Okay.
Like, and then. And then I think, it's a floor.
Yeah, so how it's working now is so any things that whether it was always funds in charge or the nominee, include the lowest point on part, it goes to be for approval of the UCI. These are fine with the dating subject or the litigation subject. So it's either part of it. But then, yeah, I mean, of course, the only point. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
You're welcome. Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
Good.
This is your case right here, Steve Haywood.
Okay.
Oh. It's a.
Okay.
I do have a receipt.
Oh, for this one, do you have that to upload? Because it's I just thought
Why the judge? It's the wrong judge.
Did the judge go to a different court? Okay, okay, well, I don't think it was after. No, no, I.
No, they fixed it.
So.
Yes, did we talk about this yesterday? Yes, I saw that.
Hey, Ricardo.
Hey, Judge.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, no worries.
Working on something back.
So check this out. Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Rice? Wow. I mean, really? Great to see you, man. Hi. Okay, what's going on?
Working on a fugitive case, Mr. Cordell Jackson. They're bringing him out.
Okay,
We would,
you want a bond?
yeah.
Okay,
Can we wait till he comes out though?
absolutely. Don't feel bad for asking for a bond.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Okay.
Judge, I will add on this. This is probably another one I asked to go off the live stream for a little.
Okay, not a problem. So this is Cordell Jackson, you said?
Yes, Judge. Cordell Jackson.
And she's waiting for that for the, just to be there. And she wants instructions. We should, yes. She's just, he's just checking to see if the act is gonna go forward, or if she needs to do anything on her. She reached out to the company. But I do.
Yeah, that's fine. But don't forget.
Yeah.
Should I wait?
Yes.
Oh, you know what, Judge? Since I have you, there's another case I need to talk to you about.
Okay.
Sorry, I just looked at my list. Mr. Eric Tome,
Cuffs here on bond.
he's on bond in ICE custody.
He's in ICE custody?
Yes, he's battling it out over there in ICE custody.
Are you 100% sure?
Yeah, so here's the update. I've been giving you updates on this gentleman every 2 weeks. So last time he had an attorney, he was denied an immigration bond, but he was given, they started talking about asylum. So he's getting an asylum application that's pending or about to be submitted. He's gonna have court on March 19th.
Okay.
So we should have word from immigration on March 19th.
Okay, but you've been able to verify he's actually, it's still in ICE custody?
Yeah,
Okay.
look him up again.
I mean,
right
I'm
now.
okay with the reset then.
Yeah, okay, so after that date. Okay, perfect, thank you. Yeah, he's in ICE custody, he's got a hearing date and everything. All right. Hey, this is Mr.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Jackson.
Morning, sir.
Jackson, your lawyer's asking for me to set you a bond. I don't know. The only thing I know is that you're wanted out of another jurisdiction. I don't even know for what. I don't know if I'm going to set you a bond, but two things are very clear that I need to know. Number one, if we set you a bond, are you going to go back? And number two, if we set you a bond, are you going to be a danger to our city? Because that's my primary concern. I want to keep my streets as safe as I can.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I know that you're going to tell me it's lollipops and gumdrops and rainbows and this and that, but you know, I have to get you in a very short, I have to get to know you in a very short amount of time. And the way I get to know you is how you look on paper, because that tells me really who you are. With that, let us know about Mr. Jackson.
He's wanted out of Greenfield County, Colorado for failure to appear for burglary. The bond over there is $50,000. This was a case out of this was issued out of 2023, October.
So has he been on bond?
No.
Did he know that it was out there? Is it a to be?
Failure to appear.
Oh, failure to appear. So he knows that this has been open for the last 2 years.
Yes, Judge. State's opposed to a bond as well. Of course, as the court knows, he has an evading with a motor vehicle out of the 209.
No. What?
Yes.
He has an open evading as well in a motor vehicle.
Yes, he's got a case pending here in Harris County as well. Invading, that's right.
What are the criminal history? If any?
His other recent one was from 2022. He had a theft, which was a state jail. He was given, I believe, a deferred, and it was revoked in 2023.
Wait a second. So you're telling me that that case has been open, it's been in a warrant status since 2023, and he was able to get on a felony probation in 24 here while that case is open over there?
Looks like it.
The case that I caught.
Yeah, so that one was filed in 2022, and then they revoked it in
Okay.
2023. October.
The reason why I got the warrant is because they took me because
Something doesn't add up.
but I made it to all my courts. I never missed a court date before this.
Okay, in Colorado is what you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Judge, so there was some back and forth on when he got taken into custody for the last case. He's saying that he didn't miss a court date because he was in custody at that point. And so there's a lot of back and forth. The situation I'm talking to him about is, hey, judge is going to say you've had this case pending since this time. He has a plan in place to go to Colorado. What's different is that he now has a daughter that is 2 years old. So he's trying to do right by her, and so that puts more responsibility on him. He does have the evading case, but he would like to see if he could get a bond here, because the trouble he's getting is people aren't allowing him to post the other bond because of this fugitive case. And so it's kind of which one comes first, and we're hoping you could give him.
The is that case has been open. Are you telling me it's been in warrant status for 2 years, Amy?
Yeah, the Colorado case is from 2023.
He's known about this thing. It's been open for 2 years, yet he's never done anything to go back to try to rectify the situation. Now, because he's arrested, now he's all ready to go.
Well, the difference is now he's got his daughter, and and so he's growing up fast.
Jackson, I can't trust you to do the right thing. You've had 2 years.
Yeah, no. At first, I ain't have no money to go out there.
That's a good point I mentioned before. Yeah. He is also mentioning to me his finances, what his finances were back then. He was 19 at that. age. His finances are a little better now. He's got the support of his wife, I believe, or his girlfriend.
My girlfriend.
I don't.
Girlfriend.
And also, Harris County been putting me in and out of jail since I've been incarcerated in Harris County since then. So I really ain't have no chance to go out there. I only been inside the world for like a month and a half, almost 2 months.
Okay. Judge, we're not asking for a, a PR bond. We're just asking for a bond enough to ensure for him to go out there and turn himself in. He still needs to make the bond. And so this would at least put something in place where he can make this bond and make the other bond. And if that doesn't happen, if he can't do that other bond, I'll reapproach and we'll pull.
Here's the thing, Mr. Jackson, I appreciate the argument that you guys are making. I truly do. But the fact remains is that case has been open for 2 years. And to say that money has become an issue, I just don't, I don't believe it. And the thing is that you've had a long time to be able to do the right thing, to go take care of that. And yet, in between that time, you're still picking up criminal cases here, and it's still, nothing's happening. I feel if I were to give you a bond, I don't think that you would go back. I just don't want you to pick up another case. I don't want more harm to come. I'm sorry, man. I'm not going to do it.
Would you reconsider if he does make the other bond first?
No. But the point is that you've had 2 years to get and do the right thing. And no matter how much time that you've come.
If it's about the bond, go ahead. If it's about the bond, don't talk about this case in specific, but go ahead.
They had,
Talk to the judge.
okay, Judge, during them 2 years, I ain't gonna lie, I've been incarcerated 2 times. The first time, I would have never missed court, but they took me in a day before my court date. That's the whole reason of me having a warrant. And when they took me in, that's what slowed me down on a lot. I had my daughter, my mother got cancer right now. I ain't gonna lie, like, I don't know, like,
It's always the right time to do what is right. You
Yes,
know who
sir.
said that?
Yes, sir.
Right. You've had 2 years to get it done right. You've not been incarcerated fully for 2 years. Now, all of a sudden,
Out of them
because you're
2
in
years, sir,
custody.
I only had 6 months out of 2 years, sir.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Yes, sir.
I got to understand that at some point,
Yes,
we cannot just continue to, no. It's time now to face it. I can't just continue to let you out and trust that you're going to do the right thing. You've had that opportunity over and over and over. And yet, after 2 years, you still haven't had the wherewithal to get it done. Why is that going to change now? I don't think it will. You know what I mean? Actions speak louder than words. And I hope that you remember this in the future so that if you do have something else elsewhere, take care of it, because that warrant will always be there forever and a day until you take care of it. You know what I mean? Okay.
All right, thanks, Judge. Appreciate it.
Morning. Here on Anthony Arthur Lee.
Okay.
Court coordinator wanted me to approach because
They filed a motion to sub. I just wanted you to know about it. So I'm sorry, motion to amend. Yeah. So I just wanted to give you a heads up that they had filed it so you could see it.
Judge,
I'm just putting it right here. Okay.
Yeah, it was due to the blood coming back.
Right. So I'll sign it, and then whatever you guys want to do. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just normal reset. Whatever you guys need. It's an early case. So.
Thanks.
Sure. Mr. Elick. Hey.
I have Kareem Khalifa, and he's on the docket, but he wasn't brought up. And it looks like the state is going to go to trial, and so we're going to get a trial date.
Okay, just whatever day you want.
I also am going to get an interpreter, and I have to make a few calls, so I may file that and approach tomorrow on that.
I'm okay with that. Whatever you need.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you need money for this or just whatever you
I think
need.
I will because text in there.
Whatever you need. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Mr. Ely, can you come to the back?
Yes, I will. And I think there was a Samantha Walker who was an attorney at Lightem possibly that called.
I don't know. The thing is this, is that we were supposed to get conditions signed by her and they never got.
What happened?
It says on hers, it says state will supervise conditions,
Okay.
and state conditions were never signed. So that's what we need her to sign the conditions. That's what we need.
Judge,
Samantha.
she has a.
No. Hey, Victoria, do you have the case number for, let me see.
It is 2537179.
So I recall the day I was appointed that the chief, I showed the chief the surveillance video, which the state has, and then we approached with the chief, and this was in November. And I recall you saying no conditions. And then the magistrate conditions were in place. And then last week she came to court.
It's an assault family member, though. We always do.
Well, it's her daughter. And her daughter actually has a juvenile case. And I showed.
Okay, so I'm glad that you're here so we can talk about this. What say you, Alex?
I think it was.
The issue is I'm not seeing any state's conditions filed on Ms. Walker's case, no granted conditions. I only see the.
Felix is saying that I had decided not to put conditions.
And you said, I wish there was more mothers like you, specifically. And I believe.
Sheila, I believe you. You're an officer of the court. I trust you. So
I see no notes of any conditions either, so I'm inclined to believe Mr. Ely.
okay, all right. So there's okay.
And I can also tell you last week, I believe, maybe it was a week ago Friday.
So
She called us after docket as well and was talking about this.
And I believe.
So Miss White called?
The mother, yeah.
Mother, which, yeah, she should have gone through me, but I believe they were going to release her daughter out of juvenile custody into her custody. And then there was the magistrate's no contact order, which had been put in place by the magistrate. And so they didn't do that. So now the CW still remains in custody until this gets cleared up.
So you need us to take it off?
Pardon?
You need us to take it off?
I think she has no conditions as of now.
She doesn't have any conditions.
And so I believe that would allow the court to place daughter back with her, which I think is in the best interest of everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Then I
Okay.
think we're on the same, right?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Booker.
Good morning. Judge, I have two clients I need to talk to you about.
Okay.
The first one is the more sophisticated one, Tarlin Stevens.
Is it on docket today?
It is, Judge, and she's in the court. Just talked to Chief about this. It's a DWI. It's her first interaction with the court system. Okay, so the state made an offer of probation that included the use of an interlock. So she and I have been talking about this, and that's a condition that she preferred not to have. And so the question was whether you would approve of probation without an interlock in this case. And if not, then we're going to continue down the road of PTI potentially. Or there is a fact issue that we made.
PTI is going to require it regardless though, too.
Correct. But in the event that she has it, we prefer to have the dismissal than the conviction.
Right.
So that was the thought process. So
But it should, I mean,
but if you were okay with allowing the plea without the interlock, then she would move forward with the probation.
no, because I think, I don't know if it's, I'd have to look to see if it's even mandatory as well.
I don't think it was, but that's why we were having the talk
Yeah,
today.
I'd have to look to see whether it's discretionary or not, because
Okay.
I'm not sure.
In the event that it is, you would be
I
opposed.
would want just at least for a little bit, you know, but why wouldn't she apply for PTI?
Well, we're in the process of doing that, but when this offer came up, both had the interlock on there, and I was like, well, let's see, PTI is a little more expensive, obviously, because you have to pay the $600 essentially.
You can have some stuff waived.
Yeah, but that's in theory. I mean, you really have to do a lot to get the DA fee
I
waived.
have a packet for you if you want to try to have.
It looks like we're gonna go down that road anyway, if you're opposed to removing it as a condition on the regular probation.
At least I'd like a little bit of time, just so I know that there are no issues. And then after a while, if you're good, then we can, but the normal courses that we have it on, and it's on every single one,
I understand.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So that's that. The last one is simple, Judge. Natalie Garza, old case, but you were giving us time to take care of some business. So Ms. Garza paid her restitution this morning on the 12th floor. And the other matter was completing a course, which she has completed. But now, for some reason, the classes are requiring an affidavit stating that you are who you are. Just like the third time in a row I've heard this in the last few weeks, where these classes are like, send us an affidavit saying that you are who you are with your ID. So she did send that in yesterday. And then they will provide her with a certificate of completion, and then she'll be finished.
Yes, let's roll it till later in the week.
That's what I was thinking, Judge, if we could.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Good morning,
Yeah.
We're approaching with Mr. John Mayer. We have a plea that should be before the bench.
Oh, on both.
Yes, sir.
Did you just get appointed today?
I did.
Did you want time to look to see about any discovery or anything?
Well, I've spoken with Mr. Mayor, and I've gone through the offense report, at least what's here in the Dems. One of the theft cases is for $103. The other one is like $289. And he is under the impression that, you know, that taking a plea on this case would be more beneficial for him because he can't afford to pay two $5,000 bonds.
Mr. Mary, all I want are my streets to be safe. That's all I want. We gave you a PR bond on your first case. You took off. You didn't come back. We gave you another PR bond. And this time, on the new PR bond, you picked up another case.
That's true.
The point I'm trying to make is I don't want people to plead guilty just to get out. That's not what I want. What I want is no more issues. That's what I want. So I don't want him to plead guilty just to get out. And I feel that that's happening here. So if I give you a third chance, how do I know you're not going to pick up yet another case? Mr. Mary, we have resources here. All you have to do is ask. If you want food, if you want clothes, if you want something to, eat, if you need a place to sleep, if you want a job, we have resources for you. All you have to do is ask. But this is a problem because this, with this right here, pick up another one, you're now looking at a felony charge.
Your Honor, Mayor, on that first case, it looks as if those were work tools that he was appropriating. On the second,
Let's not talk. Look, I don't want you to plead guilty just to get out. That's not the way that, but I'm going to tell you now that I don't like to play games. If I give you another PR bond, and look me now, because if I find that you pick up another case or you don't show up to court, we will have issues. And I'm telling you, I will not do it. This just to plead guilty to get out. It's not going to happen. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will give you another chance. I don't want you to go to any more Home Depots. I don't want you to go to any more, it was what, Walmart, right?
Let me double check, Your Honor.
No Walmart. Do you understand? Any of them. No Home Depots. And I will have you speak to counsel now so that whatever you need, we can try to get for you. Do you understand? But this is not a good way to just, it's setting you up to fail. And that's not what we do. Do you understand, Mr. Mary? Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna grant you a PR bond on both cases. But we need to find out where we're gonna go next, because I don't want any more issues. You must appear in court every single time, and I want you to stay in contact with counsel. He's gonna give you his cell or a number to him. There's no excuse why you can't get in touch with him. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Really, I'm not asking much. Just don't pick up any new cases and stay in contact with counsel. That's all I'm asking you to do. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This is not the right way. All right. So if you don't mind speaking to him real quick to see what we can work out for any kind of resources you may need.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm just gonna let you see it for you, okay?
That's what additional.
Mr. Rice, everything okay?
Yes, sir.
You want to talk?
No, I'm just, I'm good. I'm happy to talk.
Judge, for, we're just keep it on as I said.
Yeah.
So let's ask about it.
Okay.
Yes. That's statutory. Statutory things are all over himself and he's done.
Ronell Stanley? Come on up. Sure. You already speak with your attorney? Sure. Did you already speak? Okay. So I'm gonna have you sign for your bond positions. You're just gonna sign on the pen card right there, and you're gonna print a copy for you to take home. Okay? If you have any questions about your bond position, you can just ask your attorney, but these will be your conditions when you're involved. So you know with the attorney or with your attorney.
Alicia, was that pretrial bond?
Here's your receipt.
There are states.
You'll be free to go once I get your copy of your
For
bond
Mary.
conditions, but this is your
Yes.
next court date. You don't need to appear your attorney will report if you have any questions. Contact them, let them know. If they contact you and tell you need to come in, that's when you need to come in, okay? They'll let you know for your next preset when you need to come in. Just give me 1 second. Here you go. Here we go. Do we do March 27th?
Judge giving you time to just look over everything. Required.
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
Your fee offer, value.
Oh, yes.
Said offer, what is it cheap? What's the value?
So we decided to reduce it to on the probation. You want to? I'll do it.
Showed up? So attorney questions about John?
Yeah, I talked to Ben about Toronto. I heard those other guys say something about it. Yeah.
So if you need to be involved.
Okay.
I can talk to her.
I'll follow them up this time.
Mr. Mayor?
Just tell that's more.
Right, go ahead and sign your recess.
Yeah. Look, it sounds like a marriage trial, but there's also a next.
All right, go ahead and have a seat. If you're waiting on your bond conditions. Council, I'm gonna give the recess and work so they can follow up this.
Okay, so you get a little.
Hey, Blaze, are we expecting a nullity on Gordon? The one judge found no guilty on? Or need more time?
I just want to be able to tell the plan, if you give me, if you give us like a couple weeks, just to get. I just
Well,
want
I'll just put them on 331.
Yeah, just-
It's off,
Thank you.
Okay. Jordan, I can come back. You want to come up here? So this, yeah, not going to file a dismissal. So I am putting the case on for March 31st to give them time to do what they need to do. And it sounds like we may get a dismissal before then. So we were going to you don't have to fill up. You can if you want to. Or you could call and ask if they don't file a dismissal. That's it, you're free to go. No.
Yeah, just go see him. Just go see him. Yeah, just try this. Just get more steady. That's fine.
Right? Let's change the one that's finally. No, it's aware that I have the. Okay, is discovery complete?
No, yes. Teach persistence. More persistence. Yes. No.
Oh,
no.
Yes.
Abigail. Let's just goodbye. We should be fine. Let's go say. Oh my goodness, did I do it again? Don't actually. Can you take it back? Yeah, I'm just gonna delete it.
As soon as I saw the press, I was
I swear, there are too many questions.
like, it's okay, it's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Funny part is I've never done that before, and I did it twice.
I know, I was like, whoa. Yeah, I'd love to process.
If you could just take back the first page.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. It's just down here, down on here.
But I just just by the deferred dismissal.
As soon as we get it, what should do is queue. It's still coming through.
Yeah, I see.
You got this one, you got this one.
What is that?
You got this? Can you go tell them how this mission?
Neil Plea.
See the other information we got?
The guy who.
All right, I know this. I know who that is. It's still a class A, but. How they do So first idea is still a class A. Yeah, I'll say. This doesn't match the punishment range.
So you're saying? Yeah. No, I think somebody's put everybody on the list. So it's bad to get a little that days. You want
We don't like, so sometimes we you do it.
No. He came by, we can talk about it, and he said,
Yes.
Already had it.
Oh, you had it? Well, I think they might have changed it. I'm not sure.
Was it gonna stay as 12 months?
There's a 12 months deferred, but 16 hours for legal service. Oh, I think 40 on this one. So it's not 40. Yeah, he's 16. Rich, you're saving the.
Yes, I have 16. I'm doing right.
She's doing that right now. And then you have to sign it looks like here, so you don't have to have it from up to.
Yeah, have them sign it and then I'll swear to.
Okay, no. I'm gonna just confirm. Get it changed. So we can have the.
Blaze, do you want us to kick back the old one for Sriracha?
Oh, sure, no, okay, let me check. I didn't see that. Yeah, came back.
All of it or just the first page?
Just the, just kick the whole.
oh, yeah, just that was a big one. Look at that.
There you go. Okay, so judge took out the back there.
Hey, how's the last one? Oh, you guys still working on it?
He did one and then he did the last. Let me go back there and see. I think he's got. And then. Wait, what did
I said it.
Yes.
So there's the whole thing. And we said,
I'll get it.
Oh, I will. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's the word?
Ben, we have a suppression hearing tomorrow.
Do we?
Yes, and I
Cool.
just wanted to confirm with you that we're for sure going to have the hearing.
Are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Who's defense?
Defense is Jose Ceja.
And it's a dispositive, right?
It's a dispositive. hearing,
Okay.
Judge.
And you guys are ready. You're good to go in the dispositive. Okay, let's do it. Hell yeah. Ramona, you're here tomorrow?
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
Okay, we have a suppression, a dispositive suppression, whatever.
Got it. Okay, I'll be here.
Okay, sweet.
Okay.
Are you ready? Come on.
On Travis Reed, we got the motion to dismiss on file for him for the
Great,
PTI.
okay.
Yes. So
All
I
right.
was just making sure that
I'll
gets.
sign it. Thanks.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Take care.
Because this is a class.
Can I just cross it out and say?
Because the board shows like 2,180. So
Okay.
the punishment rate.
All right, I'll refile it. Okay.
And was everything, I think everything was, I don't think.
Alicia.
I think it was just that.
No, on that dude, Mary, should probably do no drugs, no alcohol as well, random testing, you know?
We're gonna keep it at the class. We just want to reduce it. Yeah.
And did you want to leave
Vic,
as a high?
Mr. Mary, did you make his next appearance required?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do it at the next one.
Yes, Judge.
That's why.
Okay, that's why I can't find it. Sorry, you don't. I mean, yeah, we'll leave it as the high BAC. Okay, there's a point one, so it's here. Okay, that'll be good. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Delete it all or just the first page?
You can just delete it all.
Vic,
I need to approach on the motion itself, so just sign
ST, really? That's why I couldn't find you this weekend. I'm like, putting in it, I couldn't.
It's because you had me as your sister, remember?
Right.
Yes, they have to. Yes.
No, they're gonna recalibrate that. Just check with CLO for you. He's fine. Okay. So, wait, just on yourself.
They're taking Carlos off the case, Kingsley of the Congress. Yeah. Motion was filed on February 13th. The council that wants to sign on, and there was Kingsley of the Paul.
Okay.
It is the first person on the docket. All of them.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Yes.
Well, it's, yeah, the back. It's giving me a bit of, you know, but it's the first time. Like, you know, like, okay, that's like, and I don't think anyone did as good as you. I struggled.
Yes.
Such an efficient man. She brought it down. You get with it, right? Just not like you.
And it's just finished all the right ones. So I don't know, I have to get started. Yeah.
So they're refiling. They're refiling both. Because I need to bring and
so I told him, like, I remember I stopped a lot. I said, I'm not sure, I said,
Hey, how are you, Joe?
Yeah. This is your signature.
I'm live streaming. I'm live streaming. So consider that, please.
absolutely.
Is he with you?
Yes, he is. This is Mr. Solato. Yes, she does. That.
No. Behind the bar. He's a defendant?
He's still got a sign. He's still got a sign. I brought him up the sign.
Oh,
So,
that way.
yeah, this way. I brought him the sign. Sorry.
Caramba la bamba.
Me first?
Hi. You ready? Please.
I'm approaching on Neil White, and he is set for arraignment this morning.
Up to the bar, Mr. White. Okay. Is he on docket today or no?
This case is on docket, yes, Judge.
I see.
And he's got another case, another open case.
Whoa. Whoa.
And that's an assault family member. This one is a terroristic threat, his current case.
He's on bond for an assault and he just picked up a terroristic threat.
Yes, Judge.
You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine on your new terroristic threat of a family or a household member. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 18th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, the officer was dispatched to a family disturbance. The officer met with the complainant, who stated that the defendant had been threatening her. The complainant stated that she and the defendant had been arguing all day, and that the defendant stated he would stab her and throw her down the stairs. The defendant stated he would shoot her, and then the defendant showed the complainant a large hunting knife, and that's when the complainant advised that she feared for her life.
Who is the complaining witness in this case? Same as in his open assault?
No, Your Honor, they're a different complainant.
Mr. White, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case on the new terroristic threat. I asked you one thing, sir. I asked you not to become a danger to my community and not to pick up a new case. You now have. I will now revoke your bond in the assault case. It goes with you. $5,001 the assault, please. I am now issuing another protective order on this person. You know, is there a protective order that's open in the first assault? No? Because if so, we could be looking at a violation of protective. I'm issuing a protective order that identifies Farah as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Mr. White, let me be clear with you now. I will do everything in my power to protect my community at all costs. You pick up a third case, I'm going to go absolutely bonkers. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are not to smoke, use any kind of illegal substances, consume alcohol. I'm going to test you, and I'm going to put a GPS monitor on your ankle prior to release, please, so I know where you are at all times. And I don't want you anywhere near any of these complaining witnesses at any time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Because if you, we need to sign them all.
Give me Sunday on the next street, 218. Right at the bottom.
Oh.
Like the last one.
Okay, all right.
And the third judge, the previous case, went that one on the road to 501.
Yeah. The assault case,
How much, Judge?
5,001.
5,000, Judge?
5,001.
5,001.
Yeah.
Conditions.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. D.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure.
Judge, yesterday, young Mr. Yale Serato could not get to court. His mom's car broke down. I approached, erased his bond of 5,000, notified the family and told them. And he insisted that he was coming down today. So he is here today, Judge. We have a 1-year defer worked out with the.
Come up, Mr. Serato. Man, he couldn't even get to court. How's this dude gonna work a probation, man?
His mom is behind him. He's got it's 16 hours of community service, which he knows he can get to do. He has 2 online classes and he has to write some letters of apology. He knows that this is his chance to keep this off his record. I've talked to his mom. They are behind him. They're going to help him do this, Judge. Give him a chance, sir. He can do it. Right, Yale?
Yes. We have at least 3 times you couldn't make it to court. Just to even come to court. How on earth are you going to be able to make a probation? You couldn't even come to court.
Well, for some of them, it wasn't entirely my fault. For one of them, I came to court, but mostly when I'm anxious, I get sick, and I had like a huge headache, and I ended up getting food diarrhea because of it. So I couldn't come. So I had food poisoning for maybe 3 weeks. I couldn't control that, so I'm sorry about that. For yesterday, my mom paid the insurance, and it's expensive, so we didn't have any money until today because my dad got paid today. So we couldn't even get family members either because they live far away. So if they came here, I would have probably came here around like 10 or
So
11.
you have all these issues now. You realize you get on this probation. There's no excuse why you can't go to probation. There's no excuse why you can't do your community service. There's no excuse why you can't do your classes. If you don't, you're looking at an entire year in jail. This is not a joke. So you either do it the right way or you end up in jail for up to a year. But, in life, you have to act a certain way we do things, right? You're expected to behave in a certain way. And when you don't, there are serious consequences. I had given you multiple chances to try to get here. I worked with John to try to get you here. And this last time was the third time that either the car broke down or, that was the last 3 excuses where the car broke down. That's why, to me, that's unbelievable. And I'm not going to accept that my car broke down for a failure for you to complete your community service on time. Do you understand, Mr. Serrato?
Yes, sir.
This is a very big deal right now because I want you to understand something. When you end up with an assault on your record, it closes very many doors. Because when you try to get a job, and if someone sees that you have an assault on your record, what do you think they're going to do? What's that?
Decline.
Right. Because they know that if you get into a potentially stressful situation, something might happen. And they don't want that kind of liability. John has worked out an agreement where it's a probation, where if you do a couple things, you don't end up with a conviction on your record. But this is not a joke to where, I can't make it to community service because my car broke down. I'm not going to entertain that excuse. Do you understand that?
Yes, Judge.
Can we hold the probation here? Or is it too difficult to do that? It's too hard. It's okay. Did you graduate from high school?
Not yet, sir.
He's at Eisenhower right now, Judge. He's still going to school. We have to get
Are
him
you
up to hazard.
actively enrolled in school now?
Yes.
Okay. I want proof that you're actively enrolled, and I want, what are we now? What, February? So there's still school. I want a week to bring proof that you're enrolled in full-time in school. That is a part of your condition as well, that you graduate from high school.
Yes,
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. If I find that you're smoking weed, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in. You're looking at up to a year in jail, but I'm not going to let you go. At a minimum, until you graduate from high school. You will be with me until you graduate from high school. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Are you a junior or a senior?
A junior.
Wonderful. You will be with me for the next until you graduate, because that is now a condition as well. An effective decision-making class, a 2-hour anger management class, no drugs, no alcohol, 16 hours of community service. As long as you're enrolled in high school, then I will waive the community service. There's no need for you as long as you're in school and studying and doing well. Failing does not equate to being enrolled in school. Failing does not count. At least a C average. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
An apology letter to the complaining witness in this case. If you violate this probation, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. We will have a hearing to determine whether you violated the probation. I can either extend you or keep you in custody. I want you to know that this is not a joke. Do you understand?
Sure.
There is also an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning that you ever pick up on one of these cases again, you will be looking at a 3rd-degree felony, 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this as well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. You know what the consequence is if you violate this probation. Everything must be done on time. You have a certain amount of time to get things done. If you don't, you are in violation of this probation. If you pick up a new case, you're in violation of this probation. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so let's have him drug tested in 2 weeks, please. And then I guess let's do both. So in 2 weeks, do confirmation of enrollment and a drug test. How do you plead to the offense, Mr. Serrato? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm not going to find you guilty. It would probably be best for you to make this thing work out because you could really lose big if you don't. It's not about the money. It's never about the money. I don't care about the money. I'm going to waive every fee that I can on you. It's never about the money. I don't give a rat's behind about it. I just want you to do what you say you're going to do, and I don't want you to smoke marijuana. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you. We're gonna talk to this lovely lady. Thanks again, Judge. Yes, Judge.
I signed all your motions and sub.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks. Okay.
How are you, Judge?
Hey.
I also have a motion to sub.
Okay, I'll sign it.
But I did want to approach you on that specific case, Judge.
On who?
The motion to sub that I filed.
Okay.
Marcano Garcia, it's the case number. 2419896.
Thank you. Marcano Garcia?
Yes, Judge. So he's in warrant status right now. You forfeited his bond a while back. So what he explained, I talked to his family. What they explained to me is that he was offered like a retail theft program.
He took off 4 different times, and I literally bent over backwards not to issue the warrant. Is he not here?
He's not present today. So I want to talk to you first before I bring him in here, to see if Your Honor would allow us to do a walkthrough.
4 different times.
So I don't know the history of what happened, Judge, but all I know, let me explain, Judge. So I've got phone records, text message, screenshots of him trying to get a hold of the prior attorney. I don't want to name names.
Don't, right.
But I've got, like, I can show you the text message string where he's asking, when's my next court date? What am I supposed to do? When's my next court date? What am I supposed to do? When's my next court date? And there's no response. Then later on, it's like, okay, what happened? Oh, you got a warrant now. You got to come to court. It's like, wait a minute. Why do I have a warrant? What did I do wrong, or what's supposed to happen here?
I know that people say things.
Not
All
saying-
I know,
No.
you're an officer of the court. I trust you. All I know is that we've got 4 different times he's not appeared. We've had defense over here saying, hey, man, I can't get a hold of him.
Okay, so I
I don't know.
understand the other defense loss officer of the court, but that is not in line with all the text message strings that I've got showing. When's my next court date? What am I supposed to do? When's my next court date? What am I supposed to do? I did speak to the state yesterday about this case. They are willing to leave that retail theft offer open. My concern, Your Honor, is that obviously if he goes into custody, immigration is going to pick him up.
Sure.
And the only reason that I've got a hold of, or that he contacted me, is because I represented his wife on a separate incident, which is what confused me a little bit too, because I represented her after the fact, after his case was already in bond forfeiture status, but he was unaware that it was in bond forfeiture status because he kept trying to get a hold of the prior attorney to figure out what we could
Blaze,
do.
what say you
Sorry.
on this case? Did you hear anything?
I'm trying to, sorry, what was the case? Sorry.
Let him know so I can see what he, I'd like his opinion, what he thinks.
So
The problem is that the case is 3 years old,
Right, this was, I think it was filed in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. And
I've got
like I said,
literally.
prior retail theft was offered already, Judge, and,
I mean, now speaking to.
No, not.
Whatever you need, just tell her.
Not that he can do it. He's willing to do it. He was,
Tell please.
apparently prior attorney did not communicate with him next court dates. Again, I could show you the text message strings, Judge.
Show Blaze.
So these are from January 3rd, 2023. January 16, January 17, January 17, January 19, January 30th. So for a whole month, no response. Then whatever date this would be, it just says OI, but I'm not sure what OI means.
I'm live streaming, so don't. That's fine.
What
do you think, Blaze?
Then again, January 30th, February 26th, February 27th, finally on February 27th, a response. That's 2 months, Judge. That's 60 days.
Yeah, I can see it. The only thing I would say is there a reset? I mean, did he have a case reset more?
That I don't know, because it
So
looks like
I
some of
have
this stuff
here-
might have been
I
off
have
docket.
here on, so it gets reset 1/24/23 to 2/28. And for that 2/28 setting, I tell the council that defendant's got to be here on 2/28. I'm assuming it gets reset 2/28. Let me see.
I'm trying to link up the text messages
I mean, January 3rd, I'm assuming he was not supposed to be here on that January 20, whatever date that you said, Judge. Then it was reset to January 20.
No, so for the
Seven.
January,
Which would have been,
the January, his appearance was waived. But then for the February setting, his appearance was required.
and Your Honor, I'm showing the text messages where he's trying to figure out, what do I do? What's the next step? It's not until February 27th, the day after the court date, when he was supposed to be here, that he's notified. And he says, no tienes que ir a la corte hoy. You don't have to be there. February
Wait,
27th,
say that. Is he asking or is he saying?
February 26th, what do I do? What do I do? The whole month, 2 months before that, what do I do? What's the next step? What do I do? What's the next step? February 27th, no response. This is the text message that
I
he
don't
sent
speak
back.
Spanish, so I don't know.
It says ninguna respuesta. I'm assuming that this attorney
Means
is,
no response?
I'm assuming that this attorney is talking about the response from the DA's office. That he was trying to figure something out. No response from the DA's office. ¿Estás en corte? Question mark. No tienes que ir hoy a corte.
So do I have to come to court today?
And he told them affirmatively, no tienes que ir a corte.
He said that?
Yeah.
What day is that?
This is February 27th, 2023 at 8:21 in the morning.
That's not right. Right. Okay.
So, and he wants to take care of the situation, Judge. If we can either reinstate his.
You're okay with continuing the retail?
Fine with that.
What needs to get done?
It's basically just,
Like a class in Swiss, I'm assuming.
Never assume.
it was the retail theft, which is, yes, class and dismissed. But.
Good assumption.
I just say get it done.
So let's put a time limit on it though. So I'll reinstate it
Thank you, Judge.
now. You're in good contact with him, right?
Yes, yeah. I'm in
Okay.
contact with his wife.
I'll just reinstate it. There's no need for him to come.
Thank you, Judge.
And then just let him know about the class.
Yeah.
Give him 2 weeks.
Just like an 8-hour class or whatever?
Shoplifting thing.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
241-9896.
So it's a class dismissed.
Through the HCDAO website, right?
Yeah, so
How much time I get?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
If it's not done, he's got to be here. I'm setting him for trial.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
This is a reinstatement.
That's more than enough.
Yes.
So on the, did you get it? You got it? Yeah, yeah.
That's fine.
You don't need to do it, right?
No, we're just doing.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, take care.
You don't need anything from me.
Hey, you ready? Hey,
Off
you have a
docket.
trip or something?
I'm sorry?
You have a trip?
I don't, but I have a client.
Well, that's what I mean.
Currently in Dallas. He got the positive the test today, but he's up in Dallas and doesn't come back till Friday.
You want him to test on Friday or he can go to
I don't-
Quest now?
I don't know that he returns in time on Friday. This was one that if you said that if he tested negative, we're going to remove the testing. So I was going to see if we could just move it to Monday to let him test.
Yeah. Okay.
Reapproach about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
Thank you.
Whoa,
How are you?
whoa. I mean, it's only been like 3 years,
I know, sorry, I
you
stuck
know?
upstairs most of the time. How are you?
Hey, what's up?
So I have a client who I represented upstairs.
What's your cause number?
The cause number in your court, Judge, is 2506241.
Wow.
It's actually already resolved here. He was taken into custody upstairs on 220 for a capias here.
Yeah.
Um,
So here's what happened. We had so many issues with this guy, not appearing, testing positive. He probably had 3 to 4 BVRs, right? And I told him, look, it's a second, you know, I think he even bond forfeited and he came in, he just wanted to, I guess, plea. And he had the supervisory fee, said, okay, I'm going to pay it. And I said, okay, I'm going to give you 2 years. He just didn't do anything. And then he picked up a DWI third, and then he gets up on probation on that thing. I think he's now serving out that time.
Yeah, okay, so I was unaware of all that. He obviously indicated to me that he didn't know anything about a 6,000 because I just looked at the initial plea paperwork and there wasn't a fine because I had never seen that. But at the very bottom, I did notice at the very, very bottom of the judgment, which he wouldn't have gotten
They sign paperwork
this.
to that fact. They, hold on.
Didn't have it
Let me
on.
make sure I'm right before I tell you something that's wrong.
The plea paperwork did not have it on there. I pulled up the plea paperwork.
No, because it's usually not on there. It becomes part of the,
It was a probation.
I don't even know, how does it, yeah.
If it's probation, is it probation?
It wasn't
or
probation.
Conditions of his time.
No,
He took a straight plea.
yeah. I think what the thing is they're supposed to do is that when they get out, at that point, they're supposed to go to enter collections to do a payment plan, and he never did.
Again, I don't know what can be done at this point. I just told him I would come down here just to check because he said he never knew where to go. He was never told about a payment plan.
I told him.
I believe.
Yeah, I'm telling you because we had a lot of issues with
I know,
this
I mean,
guy.
but I-
He's had, here, let me tell you. I'll show you.
Oh, I know. I know, yeah.
You obviously represented him upstairs?
I did. I mean, and of course, he pled up there. He's on a probation. Well, he just pled on the 21st. He's sitting out his 10 days up there. But I would just told him I would try to follow up here to make sure.
Prior to,
I'm sorry?
did you have him TRAS prior?
He did not, and he knows that he may end up going to inpatient and he needs it. And that's what, and
I mean,
and he and I had a heart to heart about needing the inpatient and mental health. He's got mental health issues too. I anticipate he'd probably go to, that he'll probably be recommended to DDRP is what I anticipate would happen. Just me knowing his mental health and the situation. Because upstairs, it's definitely not alcohol, it's PCP. So I don't know if it was alcohol or anything down here.
Jeannie, has he done the TRAS yet? No.
No, Judge. He's sitting out his 10 days right now because he pled on the 21st. He was taken in on the 20th for the warrant. And then we pled him on the 21st. I just carried him over.
You know when it's set?
I don't know.
Alex, can you check it, please?
For which, Your Honor?
For the felony case?
I don't know if they would I don't know if they would schedule him for him until he's out for his 10 days, to be honest with you.
No, but they'll do it in. I'm surprised that they wouldn't schedule him to do it in now.
I don't think so. I think because they just don't know what, because he only has the 10 days and I know that they're not being scheduled that quick in custody. He has the 10 days on that case up there and was technically on bond upstairs. You know what I mean? So I think that they haven't scheduled it. They would probably wait to schedule it once he's out, is what I anticipate. But he does know that it's likely he would be recommended for inpatient, and he knows he would have to go back in for that. But I don't know how long he would be staying in for a $6,000. You know what I mean? I don't know. Do they get, if they get credit for that toward
warned him,
jail
like,
time?
I warned him like 15 times. You know, the crazy thing is that he picks up a DWI nearly not even a month later, like 2.5 weeks later, he picks up a felony DWI. I mean, and it's number 4. What do you want me to do?
Well, I guess my question is on that particular find, is it just, does he just sit out that whole, does that work the same way as it would if you were fined?
You just sit out the $6,000.
Every 100 days. Every day is $100.
Is it really? That he'll sit down? Yeah. I mean, that's what I always thought.
That's what I was told for the sheriffs.
I should have
But
defined
that's-
it in the same category, because that's the DPS mandatory fine, right? Isn't that what that one was?
That would probably be a question of the sheriffs and how they handle the 3-for-1 and the $100.
Yeah, I don't know either.
We just
Does
put
he-
for man so satisfied.
Okay. Well, I guess,
I can try to find out for you if you want to come back tomorrow.
if you don't mind.
I'll try to find out for you.
It's the first time that I've seen that fine, and then someone obviously have to, because usually when you would, not you specifically, but we would do that form to waive it, but.
There are very few times that I hold people actually to it, but usually ones that have so many issues that just refuse to comply in any realm whatsoever, then I mean, I can count on one hand, right?
Right, yeah, they're not.
But Mr. Bryant is one of those people. It scares me. He truly does. I mean, and I'm surprised that you guys didn't do the TRAS beforehand so he would get knowledge, because when you get out and then you do the TRAS and then they're telling you to go back in for an 18-month or 15-month program, inpatient.
Well, he was admonished to, so, but yeah, yeah.
I know. And it's always easy to say, you know?
Yeah.
So, all right, give me some time and I'll find out. For
Because,
you.
yeah, I'll check back in tomorrow if you don't mind, Judge.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
if he is gonna be there for 600 days or whatever, you know, or 60 days, not 600, but 60 days, yeah, then I'll see if they'll just go ahead and do the TRAS, knowing that he's gonna be in there that long. But if not, then I'll figure that out.
No, tomorrow.
Okay, great. Thank you, Judge.
Yeah.
Now, Court Judge? Good afternoon, Judge. I'm here with Mr. Rivas. Ryan Rivas.
Okay.
We have a bond violation report.
Come up, Mr. Rivas.
Mr. Rivas also has a felony. That case was dismissed today, so we just have our misdemeanors now.
What am I supposed to do, Mr. Rivas? Over and over and over. I ordered you not to use any illegal substances, and yet it continues to happen. No, I mean, what? Felicia, when was the first test that we did on Mr. Rivas?
My last test was the test I took.
Did you represent him on the aggravated assault?
No, I didn't, Judge. He was just appointed an attorney this morning up there, and the case was dismissed the same day that he was appointed an attorney. Who was the attorney appointed?
Mr. Andrew Williams.
Andrew Williams. But I'm sure you know what he's gonna say. He said he was trying to explain to you that the marijuana was in his system from when he was arrested on January 22nd.
Yeah.
Judge, the only test we have is from the 18th.
What day?
Uh,
You mean today?
no, the 18th, February 18th.
Okay, that's,
I just took a test last week. That was my
And
first
that's what
test.
the,
you've been on bond in this case since September. Since September, you've known not to use any illegal substances. It's now February. What possible excuse could there be?
There is no excuse, Judge, given that
He has 3 open cases with us. I mean, I've continually told you not to use.
I think one of those cases was possession of marijuana. He said that's the date that he used, the day that he was arrested for possession of marijuana.
September 28th.
Yeah.
Sorry. Goes with you. I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Rivas. You're not getting it. I'm telling you no using.
Can you give me another tip? My first test. This Friday I have a college for UTI, which I paid $200 for. I can show you proof. I have an email of UTI. I've been trying to change. I told the door upstairs too. I haven't smoked since I got out. I'm in an ankle monitor. I haven't smoked since I got put in this ankle monitor, Judge. You can.
When do you get that ankle monitor?
Took me on the day I got released from jail.
whenever he checked in for the drug test on the 18th, he did state to us that it.
You got the ankle monitor on the 18th? So you tell me you stopped smoking 2 days ago?
No.
Sorry, that's when he told us he had consumed marijuana in about 2 to 3 weeks from the 18th. And then the ankle.
So 2 to 3 weeks ago, you're telling me he says he stopped?
No, I stopped since I got out of jail.
January 22nd, Judge.
That's the day I stopped. I enrolled in college now, which I paid $200.
That was the last arrest because these cases were
If
different.
it's January 22nd, it's been 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks and 3 days, 4 days.
Judge, but I know I can change, Judge. I've been trying to better myself since I got put in this ankle monitor. I've been in jail. I don't want to be.
Yes, it's from January 27th or January 28th.
January what day? Exactly.
They entered it on the 28th, but I don't believe he got it until sorry, they entered it on the 27th. I don't believe he got it.
What was the absolute last day?
The day I got arrested for this charge, this case that I got dismissed, I was parked in the car. That's when they had it. That's the last time I
That's
smoked.
December 19th, I see as the date of arrest. Or are you telling me the time you stopped was the time they put the ankle monitor on you?
So
tell me, Mr. Clay.
the December 19th is when that felony was filed. He wasn't arrested on that felony until January 22nd. And he's
Okay.
saying that's the last time he smoked. When he got out on bond for that case was January 27th. He was given an ankle monitor as part of the
Yes, he was
felony
given an
release.
ankle monitor in the jail on the 27th.
And I haven't smoked ever since. I'm trying to change.
All right, then I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Then I'm gonna calculate it from the 27th and on to give you the benefit of the doubt. I will test you again 40 days from that day, 45 days. If I find that you test positive again for marijuana, it's not gonna go well for you.
sir.
If you're lying to me, it's not gonna go well.
Not lying.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not use. Do not hang around with people who are using, because I don't give a rat's behind if you tell me you're in a car and everybody else is hotboxing it. I don't care. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you're really working this hard to better your life, which is really commendable, right?
I just got a job. Now I just enrolled into UTI, which I had proof my Gmail, which is this Friday. I have a touring class, and then I have in tour in the.
Then don't muck it up by hanging with the wrong people. I bet all the cases that you have now. You speak Spanish?
Yes, sir.
Dime con quién andas, yo te digo quién eres. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, Felicia, we know what it is. Okay? All right, Mr.
All right,
Clegg.
thank you, Judge.
All right, man. Make me proud. I'm not asking for much.
I'm trying to-
Don't
I'm trying to change the-
use,
$10.
but don't put yourself into a position when you're hanging around with bad folk.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Judge, your fabulous coordinator, NCLO, answered all the questions. He's working it up. They do have a felony T arrest schedule. I'm gonna try and move it up while he's in custody, so we're good.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Michael Fan,
But
come on.
Mr. Quell, GHANI.
Come on up, Mr. Ghani. Man, 12:30 already? Mr. Ghani, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow, so you were facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. It's actually a DWI second that's being reduced to a first. So that's 2 DWIs on your record. What happens on the next one? Nope. Think again.
Prison.
Right. Do you have any clue what they would do to you in prison? I've read stuff it'll turn you white. It's so bad. I read that had me in freaking tears because it's so bad. That's how bad it is. Really. There's some parts of the prison, they're so bad that jailers won't even go into it because it's so bad. That's how bad it is. And all you need is just to have the faintest smell of alcohol, because when you get pulled over next time, because it's going to happen, officers, all they look at is your record. And if they see your record and they smell even the faintest smell, you understand. If I were you, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would never get into a car. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, it can never change this. Do you understand? For you to complete this successfully, it is 1 year in Harris County Jail to be probated for 18 months. You must do a repeat offender DWI education class. 2 victim impact panels. You will also do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. Substance abuse treatment. No drugs, alcohol, guardian interlock, 25 hours of community service, and a $100 donation to the Houston Area Women's Center. Is this how you understand the agreement?
Yes.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this probation and once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. Do you understand? There is also a no breath test refusal clause as well, meaning that if you're pulled over in a car, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it. If you don't, you're in violation of this probation. Do you understand? There is a supervisory fee that you will be required to pay with regard to this. And if you don't pay it, you will sit 1 day in jail for every $100 you owe. Because it's a 0.15 or above, it is a $4,500 surcharge that you're going to be required to pay. And if you don't pay it, you'll be sitting in jail for a long time. Do you understand? All right, sir, I'm going to follow the agreement, send you to it. Good luck to you.
Your Honor, with the court commissioner waiving his fees, he's lost his job. His mom was the one that was paying.
I don't know that for sure. All I know, it's a DWI second. I mean, we warned him. So, I mean, I'm going to give you enough time to pay. Okay. We will give you 2 years to pay. You know, it's never about the money as far as probation is concerned, though. You know, if you ever have problems, come back, we can talk to you. But you must get a job. I don't know, you know. I mean, I can have you fill out an affidavit. We'll see what your financial situation is, but I want you to pay the fee. I want you to learn so you don't pick up another one. I have someone that's sitting in there right now. Same thing. They're sitting out $6,000 something dollars, It's not a joke. Take it seriously. Do you understand? All right. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor. I also have a motion to withdraw Mr. Nathan Fuller, Your Honor. He's a bond forfeiture.
Say it again.
I have a motion to withdraw from Mr. Nathan Fuller.
Okay.
Whose paper?
I see it.
I haven't heard from him, Your Honor.
Was he required to be here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll grant it and then I'll revoke it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Thanks, Michael.
You got me wrong, because I think you said I got it from the sheriffs about Thomas.
Oh, they know. She knows.
Okay, I confirmed. It was 100 a day.
Yeah. So what she's gonna do is what's smart is they're gonna move their TRAS up so you can get the TRAS done now because it takes a while to get felony TRAS done because they're so hooked up, So on Fuller, top of page 6, 5,001.
5,000.
Yeah. Counsel, are you ready? Come on up.
Sorry, I have one more motion to sub.
Okay.
And then the second one has a piece I rolled over from yesterday, Crystal Gonzalez.
Okay.
We were getting the PTI, the client, she's here, she did send me everything. It's in my email, it includes 9 reference letters, so I'm asking for just review 1 or 2 days so I can make sure I review everything that she sent me and send it to the prosecutor.
Okay, you want to roll till Thursday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm okay with it.
Does she have to come on Thursday? She's here.
If
now.
everything's not submitted, what's the last name again?
Gonzalez,
The case is old, right?
I believe.
Yeah, it's 215 days old. The problem is the only way we get stuff done is by actually getting people in here to do stuff, right? That's why. So, I mean, so is it done or is it not done?
It's done. Like I said, it has like 9 letters and some more information in it. So I just wanted to review it all. And the last thing it needs is to be notarized, which will be done today.
Okay. If it's completely submitted, like actually submitted to them,
Yes, sir.
then I'll waive it.
Okay.
But if it's not actually submitted, then she's got to be here.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Sure. Counsel,
No, sir.
are you with them?
All right.
This is a motion. Okay.
I did enjoy your talk at the CLE.
Sorry?
I enjoyed your talk at the CLE this weekend.
Oh,
I was there.
thanks. It's interesting to hear from a lot of other,
Yes.
I think it's great. It's really cool. I enjoyed it too. Come up, Mr. Merritt. Mr. Merritt. Come on up. Did you get the cause number for this, Alex?
No, Judge.
I'll give it to you. Tell me when you're ready.
All right.
254-7447.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Merritt, you were charged with criminal trespass.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. I didn't know what they did. I went down there to where I go to the medical, Casa de Amigos, and I got there early.
Hold on. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to remain silent.
Yeah.
Exercise that
Okay,
right.
okay.
Because I don't want you to say something that's going to hurt your case.
Yes.
Okay? All I know is that your bond is at 5,002 because you've missed court a couple times. But we're glad that you're here now. You need a hearing aid, man. I don't know how much louder I can talk.
I can't hardly hear at all.
We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
Okay.
Would you like me to appoint you a lawyer? You need one. Is that okay?
I didn't know I was even breaking the law.
Well, let's see, please.
Yes, Judge.
Speak loud.
Yes, Judge. On January 13th, 2025, at 814 Crosby Street, the Boys and Girls Club, The complainant stated he has asked the defendant to leave 10 times in the past, and officers have warned the defendant to leave the property in the past as well. The defendant refused to leave the property after being told multiple times on January 13th. The complainant called the police, and the officer observed the defendant on the property and detained him.
Was it that one day he was there?
He was there on the 13th of January, and the complainant said that they had warned him 10 times in the past not to return to that location.
Okay. Mr. Merritt, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do not go back to the board. What is it?
I don't go back over there. As soon as they did that, they've never told me nothing. The only reason I go there is for medical help.
Okay. You're going to have to find a new place.
Somebody lying right there.
Okay? Perhaps like LBJ Hospital or something of this nature. I will give you a lawyer today.
I'll stay away from me, believe me. I don't need any kind of trouble.
Please. I'm going to have to reset your case to give you time to work it out with your lawyer. Okay? I'm going to need you to come back at least one more time so you guys can talk about it.
Okay, sure.
Okay? So if you just want to take a seat, I'll have you speak to a lawyer here momentarily.
Sure.
Okay?
Come up to where?
Have a seat. I'll have a lawyer talk to you.
Sure.
Okay. Please.
I'll get my own lawyer, perhaps.
Let me give you one.
Yes, sir.
Judge, are we reinstating the bonds? Yes, Judge.
Can you appoint, please? All right. Wait, he still couldn't hear me.
And Your Honor, no returning to that Boys and Girls Club?
Please.
Yes, Judge.
Yeah. So please reinstate.
Yes.
That states on conditions?
States.
Okay.
We'll go through the list. You don't have to call me.
Princess Diana said he was gonna withdraw.
What?
Princess Diana. That's his email.
Prince, I know that's so funny, isn't it? I mean, is that his dog?
Yeah.
That's so funny. 5,001 on that one.
Next is, page 10 and 11. Wilker was supposed to approach you on that one. He left and didn't come.
Nah, but SFBF tomorrow.
Next judge is. Oh, that's it.
All right, we're done.
For this one, Judge, when.
Anybody out there?
No. Wrong conditions, I think, for Mary. You don't have them? When counsel shows up for the one I just appointed, how much time do you want to give?
However much you want.
Okay.
Don't matter.
Again, speak about one condition.